Hello, Cougar Nation, and welcome back to the Coaches Weekly for this season of Cougar Baseball. I'm Jonathan Shear with the Cougar Sports Network, here with two of those Cougars, Tyler Dorsch and Bryce Jones. Guys, thanks for coming on the show this week.
Thanks for having us.
And, it's coming off of a solid week for you guys. Only one doubleheader against Edgewood this past Saturday, and it was a productive one. Your second doubleheader sweep of the season. Game one, a close one, 8-7. Game two, 3-0, and it's something that I kind of want to touch on just to see you guys' thoughts on it, because it's kind of a pattern that's been happening with your team, you guys' team, through double headers. There's one game, it's a bit more high scoring. It's still close, but high scoring. You get around that 8-run range, and then another game where it's a 3-0 pitchers duel shutout, and you guys have been on the winning end of those pitchers duels more often than not throughout this conference season. But is there anything to to come with your strategy going into doubleheaders with that? A bit more of a pitcher's game, a bit more of a hitter's game?
So from the hitter side, I believe that we got to be a little better with 2 outs, because me personally, a lot of 2-out RBIs on the table that I've left there. And then we've had some opportunities too to get those guys in, but from the pitcher's side, they've been shoving. So 3 shutouts this year is pretty incredible. So I'll let you take over.
Yeah, I think the pitchers, we've just been doing a good job of going out there and competing and throwing with confidence and trusting defense behind us.
And you mentioned, that runners in scoring position, those 2 outs, runners on the bases, Tyler, and I think that's something that, from the outsider's perspective, that's something that there has been an improvement on from your team this season. You go back to that start of conference play, that MSOE doubleheader, and that first game was the notable one, a close loss 4-3, and you had a couple of those close losses through the early part of the conference season. 1 run, left some runners on base in the bottom of the 9th, and they're tough losses. But you go again to some of those wins more recently, and you guys have been doing really well with getting those just as many runners as you need to across the plate, winning those close games. Both of those games against Edgewood this past Saturday were close games, and you took both of them. So how do you guys, where was a little bit of a shift? Do you think there's been anything that's been big to helping you guys improve in that way in those close games?
I think the big thing is just having faith that we're going to win. Just going out there and knowing that no matter what, we're going to come through and win. But that's always been the big difference in close games. But we just got to keep having that mindset.
Yeah, I think you touched on it perfectly.
Mm-hmm. And Bryce, I'm going to shift it over to you. You mentioned how great the pitching's been on the mound this year with 3 shutouts already. And that has been a really big story throughout this season for the Cougars, is the pitching staff and the depth of it. There's some great guys you guys can put out there to start the game. And Bryce, you yourself, one of the relievers out of the bullpen, that's a very deep bullpen for your team as well. And they've come up big in a lot of these low-scoring close games you guys have had this year. So just what's it been like from the inside perspective of that bullpen to work with all those guys on the mound and, putting together what's a very strong season so far?
Yeah, no, I think the coolest part about the 3 shutouts that we've thrown, the first one, it was just Dylan Ferraro went out there and shoved. And then the second one, we had 4 different arms in there. And then most recently, we had 2 guys throw. So I think it shows that we're a versatile staff. And as you touched on, we're a really deep staff. And I think everyone on the staff has been ready when their name's been called and just go out there and do their job and compete.
Yeah, and then we'll flip it back to the other side of the plate. Tyler, we talked about the hitting a little bit, and you're one of those guys at the top of the order for the team, and the top of the order has been very productive this season so far. Michael Kasich, the big name from that Edgewood doubleheader, 2 doubles, a triple, and a homer through those 2 games, and you yourself have been having a great year as well. A lot of the guys at the top of the order, but something that I've noticed from my perspective on the outside of the game is how important that bottom of the order has been in some of those games. I think the biggest one I noticed was back against St. Norbert's in that doubleheader sweep against the Green Knights. The bottom of the order came up big, a lot of clutch spots at the plate, and it's not just those games where they have been big. So how nice has it been, having a strong top of the order, but knowing that there's a bottom of the order that has some skills at the plate that can back you guys up?
Oh, it's been awesome, but you mentioned that we're doing good as an offense, but there's still so much room to be better. And I think we will get better and we will get hotter as we go on. And there's just more in the tank too.
And you mentioned getting better, getting hotter, a lot more in the tank. And that's something you're going to need as you guys head into this next week. A big week coming up for your team. 3 double headers in the next 5-day week. It's a week. but you've got Aurora this Thursday. You've got a doubleheader against the Spartans, and then it's a doubleheader against Marion, followed up by a doubleheader next Tuesday against Rockford. And all of those very big series, especially Aurora and Marion, those are other teams, around that top part of the conference that, those are important doubleheaders. So this is going to be a tough stretch for you guys. 6 games, which is more than half you guys have played already in just a week. So what's the approach for a stretch like this? What's the mentality? What do you guys look to focus on and execute well?
Confidence. Confidence is key. And like I said earlier, we got to know that we're going to win the game when we show up and just have the confidence that we're going to do it.
Yeah, just take it one game at a time and let our work take care of it and go out there and play confident and compete and be just fine.
Absolutely. And lastly, before we get going, just looking back on the year as a whole from the players' perspective, first time we've had you guys on the show. From the players' perspective, what's been your favorite part of the season so far with this team, and what's been a solid season for you guys?
Well, this group all together has been really close. We've grown our faith a lot, which has been amazing. But it's been so cool to see everyone bond. Coach Connor said it before, it's a special group, and I really do believe it is a special group. I've never seen a group like this in my 4 years here. I'm sure Bryce could say the same.
Yeah, no, it's been a special group, and it's been really cool to see the young guys develop and go out there and have success, and I think that's really cool for those guys.
Absolutely, and that'll do it for this week's Coaches Weekly for Cougar Baseball. Like we mentioned, the Cougars back in action this Thursday, taking on Aurora at noon, followed up by Marion and then Rockford this next Tuesday. 3 doubleheaders coming up, and you'll be able to keep track of Tyler, Bryce, and the rest of the Cougars all on CUCougars.com with the Cougar Sports Network. Thank you for joining this week. Tyler, Bryce, thanks for coming on the show this week. And as always, roll.
Hello, I'm Dr. Russell Don, President of Concordia University Chicago. Thank you for tuning in to today's Cougar Athletics broadcast. We take great pride in the strength of both our athletic and academic programs, which are rooted in our steadfast commitment to Jesus Christ. Dedicated to the liberal arts as a foundation of a high-quality college degree, we believe education should form individuals for service to their neighbors. This makes Concordia Chicago an exciting and fulfilling place to study, work, learn, and grow. Learn more today by visiting cuchicago.edu. Thank you, and go Cougars!
Hey, I'm Monica here at Concordia University Chicago, and we're here outside of Concordia Hall. Concordia Hall is the university's newest residence hall, right on the edge of campus, perfect for students who want to explore the nearby downtown of Oak Park and River Forest. The flexible suite-style living in fully furnished bedrooms lets students choose what works best for them. Every floor is complete with a community lounge and full common kitchen, with a kitchenette, microwave, sink, and refrigerator. The first floor offers the Victory Lounge, connecting to 2 additional residence halls, with no shortage of ways to relax. You're also right next to an open, outdoor plaza, better known as Victory Lane. So now we're here in Concordia Hall's suite-style dorm room, and this is a really nice place to just hang out and chill.
And since it's so big, there's plenty of room to spread out and do your homework and just relax. So now making our way into one of the bedrooms, there's plenty of space in this room for you and your roommate. A lot of times students will move the desks so that they've got their separate study space, but my roommate and I, we get along really well, so we can just work together here in the same space. Sometimes I like doing art as well, as you can see by the painting here. It's a 16 by 10 feet space, and most rooms on campus are 10 by 12 feet. So it's really nice to have a little extra space to work with here in Concordia Hall. So this hall is super close to the chapel and the Kennecke Community Center, which has the new Crossroads Dining Hall, so the location is super convenient. And I really love the city scene too. The location here is the closest on campus to the Oak Park River Forest downtown area, which has a ton of great stores and restaurants. Speaking of the city scene, I adore the view from this lounge because you can see the Chicago skyline right there.
Concordia Hall at Concordia University, Chicago.
Down through the ages, God has called and equipped people to make a real difference in the lives of others. To lead, to heal, to stand tall. For 160 years, Concordia University Chicago has been preparing the next generation of leaders with the wisdom, faith, and values to make an impact in the world, to share the gifts God gave them and answer the call to a life fulfilled by purpose and truth, to be living examples of what it means to live with Christ at the center as we serve others. Because at CUC, we don't run away from adversity, we go towards it. We don't shrink from our faith, we lead with it. We are teachers, caregivers, and musicians, scientists, pastors, and business leaders, unshakable pillars of strength and integrity who serve a cause greater than ourselves. And the world needs us now more than ever. Learn how a degree from Concordia University Chicago can help you be the pillar the world needs to stand for something greater. The only question is, are you ready to stand tall?
CUC nursing student and choose to stand tall for healing at a university that places Christ at the center and embraces teaching students to live a life fulfilled by purpose and meaning. Concordia University Chicago's new Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree is an innovative and rigorous 4-year program that will prepare you to rise to the daily challenges of a rewarding nursing career and serve a greater cause. Our newly built modern simulation center features 4 distinct spaces, a skills attainment lab, multi-specialty intensive care spaces, a health assessment learning center, and a simulated home environment. Due to our close proximity to many world-class teaching hospitals, CUC's clinical rotations offer an abundance of diverse and real-world experiences. Learn more about earning your BSN at a Christ-centered university today.
I'm Brandon.
And I'm Jake. Thank you so much for tuning into today's broadcast. If you want to learn more about CUC baseball, head to cucougars.com.
We hope to see you at our next game.
Go Cougars.
Go.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Cougar Sports Network as we get ready for another NAC doubleheader here in River Forest at the Thunderdome. CUC coming off of a hot weekend and looking to keep that momentum rolling here on their home field, but on the mound for the Cougars is number 24, Ryan Ranella. The freshman right-handed pitcher for the Cougars, been a reliable arm for the Cougars this season. 6 appearances on the year, 5 starts, 31.2 total innings pitched, and he's on the docket to get things going here and steps off there, makes this a 1-0 count. Not a usual start there from Ranella, but resetting and getting things rolling here. He sends his first pitch in there for strike number 1. Makes this a 1-1 count. Leading off for the Regents is number 6, Jake Bellotta, third baseman for Rockford. Bellotta hitting .305 on the season as he lets that one go by for ball number 3. Makes this a 3-1 count. Not a usual start here for Ranella. He delivers this one. Swung on, hit deep into left center, tracking it back at the wall. But that ball is well out of here. A lead-off home run for Jake Bellotta. That's going to get things going for the Regents right away. Out in left field, Cam Buckley in center field. Eli Hickman, both of them knew from that initial jump that ball was gone. Neither one of them really tracking it, but a great hit there from Bellotta to get things rolling right away. And that's going to give them the 2-1 lead. Wind blowing out a little bit here in River Forest, but not a lot, so that was mostly off the bat of Bellotta that really just sent that ball carrying and gave them the 1-0 lead here and hands things over to Joseph Stigowski, center fielder for the Regents, as he takes the 2-0 count now. This one catches in there for strike 1. Ranella gets set, the 2-1 count here. So this one connected on, sent high into the outfield. Coming in and underneath it is Eli Hickman and Tyler Dorsch. And Dorsch over in right field, able to secure that one for out number 1. Going through this Cougar infield here today. Obviously, Ranella dishing on the bump. Behind home plate, Dom Owens. Going right to left on the infield, Kasich, Boswell, Sperando, Crater. And going left to right in the outfield, Buckley, Hickman, Dorsch. So a familiar lineup here for the Cougars, looking to get some things going here. One away, and that's going to bring up number 33, Caden Bergstrom, first baseman for the Regents. He takes that one in there for strike 1. This one connected on. Has it looked like he tried to check his swing coming in on it. Barehanding and the off-balance throw from Sperando, but not going to get there in time. But a slow roller. It looked like he tried to check his swing, but just did not complete that. And that's going to get him over on first and hand things over to Zach Fabus.
The pitcher, number 10, Zach Fabus.
That one catches in there for strike 1. Fabus hitting .317 on the season. He connects with that one, sends it right past Kasich on that first base line. It's going to get all the way to the outfield. Dorsch able to scoop it up, but The sliding double there from Fabus, and that's going to put runners on second and third with only one away. A dangerous spot for the Regents to be in here, and that's going to bring left fielder Nate Burden to the plate. Ranella sends this one. It's a chopper up the middle. Kasich able to glove it. The flip over to first is in time. They're going to try to confirm here. First base coach for the Regents not happy with that call, looking to discuss things with the umpires. Either way, a run is going to score. Bergstrom was able to make his way home. Kasich actually thought about throwing that ball home to prevent the run, but instead flipped back over to Ranella, who made that dash over to first. They are going to end up calling Burden safe. It did appear as though Ranella was not quite on the base. So that is going to score a run, put runners on the corner bags for Blaze Mace to come to the plate now. That ball checked over on Burden. One 1-0 count here for Mace. CUC already trails 2-0 here. Not a usual spot at the Thunderdome. Cougs play pretty well at the Thunderdome, but that ball's getting lifted into the outfield. Hickman able to get up and underneath it, but yet another run is going to score. Burden is going to hold at first, but Fabus making the tag up for the third run of the inning, but Cougars finally put two away. And that's going to bring up Enrique Melendez, right fielder for the Regents. Two away, runner over on first. He takes a swing at the first pitch. He sees, swings right through it for strike one. Melendez hitting .265 on the season. Ranella checking on Burden over at first once again. This one misses up and away for ball one. Ranella gets set. He gets set here. He delivers this one. Misses low. Ranella's last outing for the Cougars came on April 10th in the Cougars' first win over Aurora since 2019. He pitched 6 innings in that game, helping to pick up the Cougar win there, as he now sits with the 3-1 count in favor of Melendez. Melendez swings through this one, but Burden is going to take off on the pitch, move himself over to second, but full count here. Melendez trying to keep the inning alive for the Regents, already ahead 3-0. Ranella trying to get the Cougars out of this inning. Ranella delivers this one. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ranella gets the Cougars out of the inning, but the Regents doing some damage in the meantime. 3 runs on 4 hits, and that's going to leave the Cougars trailing as they head to their first at-bats of the game. But CUC looking at their lineup here to start things off, running through it. Leading things off is Tyler Dorsch. Batting second, Michael Kasich. Batting third, Jake Mahler. Batting fourth, Tyler Crater. Batting 5th, Dom Owens. Batting 6th, Yashawn Boswell. Batting 7th, Cam Buckley. Batting 8th, Eli Hickman. And batting at 9th for the Cougars is Richie Sperando. So a strong group of hitters for CUC. Meanwhile, looking at the infield here for the Regents, dishing on the bump is number 10, Zach Fabus. Behind home plate is number 32, Ryan Sterry. Over at first, going from right to left for the Regents, Bergstrom, Mace, Duke, and Bellotta. In the outfield, going left to right, Burden, Stigowski, and Melendez. So CUC looking to battle back here after going down pretty big in the top half of the inning, but CUC has come back from some deficits already this season, and with the hot bats that the Cougars have had, it has been a easy feat, as most recently CUC downed Marion in Game 2 on Saturday with a final score of 14-7. So CUC not shy in putting up runs and getting things rolling. But leading off, as I mentioned, for the Cougars is Tyler Dorsch, senior out of Phoenix, Arizona. Been a key component on this CUC team. As Dorsch gets ready here. Dorsch leading this team, actually batting .323 on the year. He's got 40 total hits, 31 RBIs, and 5 home runs on the season. As he lets that first pitch go by for ball 1. Dorsch actually collecting 2 home runs in the last week. He connects with that one, sends it high and deep into left field. Coming up underneath it is Burden, but losing it for a second and refinding it for out number 1. That ball had some height to it, just didn't quite have the distance it needed. But that's going to send things over to Michael Kasich for the Cougars. Kasich, another senior on this CUC team out of Chandler, Arizona. Fabus delivers that first pitch low for ball 1. Kasich hitting .319 on the year. He's got 38 total hits, 16 RBIs, and 4 home runs of his own. As he connects with that one, sends it into the outfield, backtracking at the wall. Stigowski's going to let that bounce off the wall. Kasich's going to go for 2 and easily take a stand-up double for Michael Kasich, getting things rolling for the Cougars with only 1 away. And that's going to put Jake Mahler now at the plate for the Cougars. Mahler, the designated hitter for CUC, been seeing a lot of him in that role this year, and it's been working really well. He's hitting .318 on the season. He's got 35 total hits, 19 RBIs, and 3 home runs on the year. Kasich making the dive safely back to the base. Fabus checking on Michael Kasich. Fabus delivers this one, just misses outside for ball 1. This one misses low and away, ball 2. Jake Mahler, 15 walks on the season. Stays aggressive at the plate as he connects with that one, sends it straight back foul, makes it a 2-1 count. Looking at Fabus on the mound for the Regents. Season ERA of .289, 6 appearances, 3 starts, but he sends that one right down the middle for strike number 2. As he gets set here, he delivers this one. Connected on, sent foul by Mahler once again, losing his helmet in the process. 2-2 count here. Runner over on second, 1 out. This one misses low for ball 3. Makes this a full count. A close leave there, but Mahler not a fan of that pitch. Instead, forcing Fabus to continue his fight here. As this one well inside, ball 4. And that's going to put 2 runners on for Tyler Crater. Runner now on first and second. Crater at the plate. He's batting .322 on the season, 37 hits, 21 RBIs, and 5 home runs on the year. A strong hitter for CUC in a favorable position, as that one slides right in for strike number 1. Wind blowing straight out here at the Thunderdome. This one connected on sent high, backtracking, but the wind is going to play a factor here. Coming in is Melendez, and he's able to successfully glove that for out number 2. No runners advancing, and that's going to put Dom Owens at the plate with 2 away.
Batting fifth, the catcher, number 14, Dom Owens.
Owens batting .429 on the season. 11 appearances, 11 starts, 15 total hits, 13 RBIs. He lets that one go by low and away for ball 1. Fabus delivers this one outside, ball 2. .2-0 count here. This one misses outside, makes it 3-0. Owens, the first left-handed batter that Fabus has seen today, struggling to pitch to him here as the 3-0 count in favor of Owens. This one catches the outside corner for strike number 1. Fabus gets set here. This one catches the inside corner for strike 2. Owens thought that that was too inside, ready to take his base. Instead, Fabus working his way right back into this, makes it a 3-2 count. The delivery here swung on and missed. Strike number 3. That's going to get the Regents out of the inning and holding the Cougars scoreless. So after one complete inning, the Regents on top 3-0 as we head to the top of the second. Ranella still dishing for the Cougars, but we're going to take a quick break here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, top of the second. Rockford on top 3-0 after a strong first inning capitalized by a lead-off solo home run. But that's going to bring Ryan Sterry to the plate. He lets the first pitch go by for ball one. This one fouled off, makes it a 1-1 count. Sterry hitting .229 on the season, 11 hits, 11 RBIs. Now sits with the 1-1 count. This one swung on, hit into shallow left field. Coming up and underneath it is Richie Sperando. Shortstop for the Cougars for out number 1. And that's going to put Zach Duke at the plate for the Regents. Duke hitting .296 on the season, 21 hits, 10 RBIs. He takes that first pitch in there for strike number 1. This one fouled out of play, makes it an 0-2 count here, 1 out. Ranella still dishing for the Cougars, 22 pitches thrown so far. As he delivers this one in the dirt, makes it ball 1. One-two pitch here. Misses low, makes it 2-2. This one low and away, fills this count. Ranella delivers this one, fouled off. Duke keeping his at-bat alive here. This one put into play, sent straight up the middle. And that's going to be an easy single for Duke. Slow roller just past the glove of Sperando. And that's going to put a runner on first with 1 away and bring up the top of the order for the Regents.
Third baseman, number 6, Jake Bolado.
Dangerous spot for the Cougars to be in. Bolada had that lead-off home run that started the scoring early for the Regents. Solo shot as this one's a chopper over to third. Crater able to glove it, looking for 2. They're going to be able to get the lead runner, not going to pull the second one, but another out on the board puts 2 away. And that's going to bring Joseph Stigowski back to the plate for the Regents.
Number 14, Joseph Stigowski.
Ranella looks back at Bolada, diving safely into first. Ranella once again looking to get Bolada, but the safe dive keeps him on the bases. First pitch misses low and away for ball 1. Stigowski 0 for 1 at the plate today. He flew out to right field in his first at-bat. Ranella delivers this one. Bellata's going to make the run. The throw is going to bounce off of Bellata, make its way to the outfield. And that's going to give another base to Bellata. And that's going to make this a 2-2 count here with a runner now 90 feet from the plate with 2 outs on the board. Ranella delivers this one. Misses inside, makes this a 3-0 count. This one right down the barrel for strike number 1. Stigowski fouling that one off, keeping his at-bat alive. Three-two count here. Ranella delivers this one. Misses upstairs, ball 4. And head coach of the Cougars, Colin Connor, is going to come out and have a quick chat with his infield. Ranella trying to get out of this one, minimizing the damage as the Regents are already ahead 3-0 after a solid top of the first. And this is a familiar spot for Ranella. He's been able to go some the miles on the mound for the Cougars. Like I mentioned in his last outing, pitching 6 innings against Aurora. So being able to settle in and kind of come out of this jam is going to be huge for the freshman from Bartlett, Illinois. And with no movement in the Cougar bullpen, head coach of the Cougars, Colin Connor, reiterating that to the young arm that this is a familiar spot for him, obviously working on his own home field and just settling in and controlling things here as he's already got 2 outs. Runners on the corners. Ranella sends this one, and it's going to be hit high and deep into the outfield, back at the wall. A little bit of trouble. Dorsch unable to get it. That's going to be a huge home run. A 3-run shot for Bergstrom. Dorsch trying to make the hopping effort, but that ball was just a little bit too high. And that's going to put Rockford up 6-0. And Zach Fabus now at the plate.
Pitcher number 10, Zach Fabus.
Ranella sends that one in there for strike 1. Fabus a double in his first at-bat of the day. He's 1 for 1 at the plate. He connects, sends that one up the middle. Making the diving grab is Sperando, but the throw is not going to be there in time. Great effort from Sperando. Just couldn't quite get that throw off quickly enough, but that's going to put a runner on for Nate Burden.
Left fielder number 12.
Burden an RBI single in his first at-bat. As he connects with that one, sends it high and into the shallow infield. Coming up and underneath it is Sperando, who's able to grab it for out number 3. And that's going to send the Cougars to their half of the inning, but trailing 6-0 after 2 home runs now in the game for Rockford. A dangerous spot, but the Cougars looking to get things rolling here. And we're going to have all that for you here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, Yashawn Boswell at the plate for CUC, and he takes a look at strike number one. CUC trails 6-0 in the bottom of the second after the Regents have just been dominating the offensive end. 2 home runs in the game already, 7 hits, and no signs of slowing down, but the Cougars looking to combat that here, and Boswell sends a chopper over to third. Bellata scoops and throws for out number 1. And that's going to put Cam Buckley now at the plate, looking to get things rolling.
Batting 7th, the left fielder, number 15, Cam Buckley.
Buckley, a sophomore on this CUC squad. His first season with the Cougars, though. As he sends this one over to second, able to scoop it is Mace for out number 2. A quick at-bat for Buckley. And that's going to send things over to Eli Hickman, looking to get a 2-out rally going for Concordia.
The center fielder, number 19.
Hickman, a veteran on this CUC team, a 5th-year member. He's batting .198 on the season, but he's got 21 total hits, 14 RBIs, but he also leads the team in walks. He's got 28 walks on the season, so again, one of those hitters that knows how to stay aggressive at the plate. He's going to force Fabus to pitch to him as he lets that one go by for ball number 1. Even with 2 outs on the board, Hickman, not the kind of guy that's going to chase after pitches. He's going to stay aggressive as that one's going to be a bouncer and get through the 4-hole, make its way into the outfield. And as I mentioned, a single for Hickman to get things rolling, and that's going to put Richie Sperando now at the plate.
Batting 9th, the shortstop, number 8.
So getting things rolling for the Cougars with 2 outs. Richie Sperando now at the plate. Sperando hitting .235 on the season, 8 hits, 5 RBIs in his 12 appearances, and that's going to be a chopper over to third. Bellata able to glove it and get the quick out, so CUC still struggling a little bit here as a quick bottom of the second is going to hand things right back over to the hot Regent Bats, and CUC just struggling to find some momentum here. It's a little bit of a gloomy day in River Forest and just not able to find their footing and find their groove. And it's kind of showing here as not very often do we see the Cougars have these quick at-bats, 3 or 4 batters in an inning, but being a pretty consistent thing here in game number 1. As I mentioned, it is game 1 of a NAC doubleheader. These two teams still pushing for some spots in the NAC tournament. That will be coming up the 2nd week of May. And looking at these NAC standings, Rockford 5-7 in conference on the year. CUC 9-5, so sitting just a bit ahead. CUC is. Cougars narrowly missed the conference tournament last season, so looking to make a return there this year. And the way that CUC's been playing so far this year has put them in a really good position. Concordia sitting 3rd in the NAC, like I mentioned, the 9-5 conference record. Rockford 5-7 in the NAC, putting them in the 10 spot. So CUC a bit of an advantage here, but again, for this conference tournament, there's still a lot of games to be played, a lot of time to make that conference tournament, and top 8 teams in the NAC will make the tournament. So Rockford sitting in that 10 spot currently, not too far out of reach, as a couple people just above the Regents sitting within 1 or 2 games, as a bunt there, no good, as Crater able to scoop it up and get the throw over in time for out number 1, and that's going to put Enrique Melendez at the plate.
Right fielder number 9, Enrique Melendez.
Melendez struck out in his first at-bat of the day. He swings the first pitch. He sees for strike number 1. Taking a swing through that one. Makes this a quick 0-2 count in favor of Ranella. This one fouled off. Melendez keeping himself alive. Melendez once again catching a piece of that, fouling it off. Keeping this count at 0-2. Two evenly paired teams. CUC and Rockford. All-time, CUC sits with 48 wins. Rockford sits with 35 wins. So a pretty favorable matchup here. It's kind of exactly what you're looking for in the NAC, is these two teams just to compete, having a history of splitting. Last year, CUC won Game 2 of the doubleheader. Meanwhile, the Regents won Game 1. As Melendez fouls that one off, keeping himself alive once again. 5 pitches thrown in this at-bat, sitting with the 0-2 count. Ranella gets set here. He delivers this one. Misses for ball 1. Last time the Cougars have swept the Regents in a series was May 7th, 2019. In all of their matchups since then, it's either been a Rockford sweep or a split, as this ball popped up high. Dorsch coming in hot to try to track it, but Boswell up and underneath it for out number 2, and that's going to put Ryan Sterry at the plate for the Regents.
The catcher, number 32, Ryan Sterry.
2 away here in the top of the 3rd. Ranella delivers this one. It's swung on. Crater scoops it with time. The throw in there for out number 3. A quick inning in the field, exactly what the Cougars needed. And that's going to send things to the bottom of the 3rd. Little momentum on CUC's side as they trail 6-0. We'll be right back on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, bottom of the third. Tyler Dorsch leading things off as back at the top of the order for the Cougars, and Dorsch is going to let that one go by for strike number one. Zach Fabus still dishing on the bump for the Regents. He sends that one in there for strike two. A quick 0-2 count in favor of Fabus. Fabus, 27 pitches thrown so far on the day. He delivers this one. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Tyler Dorsch goes down in 3 pitches. An unusual sight for the senior, but that's going to hand things over to Michael Kasich with 1 out on the board. CUC trails 6-0 here in the bottom of the third. Kasich sends the first pitch. He sees foul, makes this an 0-1 count. Kasich had a double in his first at-bat of the day. That one's going to clip him and give him the free base, handing things over to Jake Mahler. Now with 1 runner on and only 1 away.
Designated hitter number 5, Jake Mahler.
Mahler walked in his first at-bat of the day. Wind picking up in River Forest, but sun's starting to shine a little bit here. As this pitch misses well up and in for ball 1. Mahler connects with that one, sends it deep. It's back. It's looking promising, but coming in and tracking it, losing it for a second. That ball's going to bounce right in front of Burden. Looked like it had the distance. Burden thought so as well. He had his back to the fence and then realized that that ball was dropping way inside. So that wind potentially causing that factor, but that's going to put Jake Mahler on first and Michael Kasich on second and put Tyler Crater at the plate. Pitch to Crater, misses in the dirt, makes it ball 1. This one misses outside, makes it ball 2. This one misses inside, makes it a 3-0 count in favor of Crater. As I mentioned, the weather being a little bit strange here today. The sun's starting to shine, but it still feels like 39 degrees out, and the wind is blowing 16 miles an hour. So a very windy day here as that pitch catches in there for strike 1. Some wind gusts up to 28 miles an hour here in River Forest. So playing a big factor in this ball game. As that one misses upstairs, makes this a walk for Crater to load the bases up and put Dom Owens now at the plate.
The catcher, number 14, Dom Owens.
Owens 0 for 1 at the plate today. Struck out in his first at-bat, but overall a strong hitter for CUC. He lets that one go by for strike number 1. Owens hitting .429 on the year, 15 hits, 13 RBIs, and in a favorable position with bases loaded, only 1 out. That one misses low and away for ball 1. This one up and away, ball 2. Fabus 2 walks on the day already. Has to avoid another one here or it will score a run. Owens fouling that one off makes this a 2-2 count. Fabus coming into today, 13 total walks, 15 now. Owens with the 2-2 count here. This pitch, chopper over to first. Looking to turn 2. Instead decides to come back and step on first himself, but that is going to allow Kasich to score and officially put the Cougars on the board. So a little bit of confusion there from Bergstrom on what he wanted to do, but ultimately gets the out and allows the run. So that's going to put 2 outs on the board. Runners now on second and third, and Yashawn Boswell at the plate. Boswell sends that one foul. Fabus delivers this one. Swung on and missed. Strike 2 for Boswell. Fabus 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. Boswell connects, sends that one into right center. Coming in and grabbing it for out number 3 is Melendez, and that's going to get the Regents out of the inning, but the Cougars are going to put their first run on the board and get things rolling as we head to the top of the 4th here on the Cougar Sports Network.
Cougar Nation, want to catch up on all the CUC baseball action you missed this year?
Stick around on our YouTube channel and click the baseball playlist to see all of our highlights, interviews, and previous games.
Thank you all for the support. Love you, Mom.
Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, Zach Duke leading things off for the Regents in the top of the 4th. Ryan Ranella still dishing on the mound for the Cougars. He delivers that first pitch in there for strike number 1. Duke 1 for 1 at the plate today. He lets that one go by for ball 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2 there from Duke. Ranella delivers this one, fouled off. Duke reaching across the plate to catch a piece of that, keeping his at-bat alive. Rockford in a really good spot here. Duke obviously leading things off in this inning, but that's going to hand things right back over to the top of the order. Leadoff hitter for the Regents already with a home run on the day. As that one misses, makes this a full count here. Ranella sends this one inside, ball 4. Even Duke was not quite sure what that was going to be called, kind of hesitated and waited to see. But either way, that's going to put a free runner on base and hand things over to Jake Bellotta, the third baseman for the Regents. He's 1 for 2 at the plate today. Solo home run in his first at-bat, as that one finds its way inside for strike number 1. Ranella checks on Duke at first. Duke sliding back in safely. Zach Duke 4 for 6 on stolen bases this season. Ranella once again checking on Duke. Oh, 0-1 count for Bellotta. Ranella sends this one fouled off by Bellotta, makes this an 0-2 count. Regents coming off of a conference sweep this past weekend, made the trip up to Lakeland University where they downed the Muskies 11-2 and 8-5. So pretty high scoring games for Rockford. As Ranella once again checking on Duke over at first. CUC taking on Lakeland University this weekend for Senior Day. Having to get through this doubleheader first before thinking about their matchup with the Muskies this weekend. 1-2 count here. Ranella delivers this one. Chopped foul by Bellotta, keeping his at-bat alive. CUC heading into their final stretch of home games this season. 2 games today, 2 games on Saturday, and then a single matchup on April 30th against University of Chicago, and a final doubleheader first weekend in May against Concordia, Wisconsin. So nearing the end of the home season here. The 1-2 count. Ranella delivers this one. Sent into play. Sperando able to glove it. Gets the throw to Boswell. Boswell, can he turn 2? He does! A big-time double play from the Cougars. Puts 2 outs on the board. And that's going to put Joseph Stigowski to the plate, operating now with 2 outs.
Center fielder, number 14, Joseph Stigowski.
A great momentum shifter there for the Cougars. As that first pitch misses for ball 1. Stigowski 0 for 1 at the plate today. That one misses, makes it a 2-0 count. This one fouled off, puts the first strike on the board. This one catches in there for strike 2, makes this 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ryan Ranella looking to get out of this inning, putting in some serious work from the mound. He delivers this one, misses that outside corner, makes this a full count. Ranella one pitch away from getting out of this inning. He delivers this one, swung on, popped high up into the foul infield, coming back, fair territory. Tyler Crater able to keep track of it and pull it in for out number 3. As I mentioned, that wind playing a factor, but Tyler Crater not afraid of it. That's going to hold the Regents scoreless for the second consecutive inning and send things back to the Cougar offense as we head to the bottom of the 4th here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network. Bottom of the 4th. Cam Buckley shows bunt, pulls back. Takes it anyway, makes this a 0-1 count. This one misses low. Levels the count at 1 apiece. Buckley sends this one over. Bergstrom able to glove it and take it for himself. Puts out number 1 on the board and hands things over to Eli Hickman.
Center fielder, number 19, Eli Hickman.
Hickman found his way on base in his last at-bat. Started a little bit of a 2-out rally. He's 1 for 1 on the day. Looking to keep that going here in this at-bat. Now sitting with the 1-0 count. Hickman pops this one up. Tracking and getting underneath it. Coming all the way in from left field is Burden for out number 2. And that's going to put Richie Sperando now at the plate, trying to get a 2-out rally going.
Shortstop number 8, Richie Sperando.
Quick 2 outs for the Regents. Fabus still dishing on the bump for the Regents. He sends this one, misses low for ball 1. One 0 pitch here, swung on, fouled off by Sperando, makes this 1-1. Sperando 0 for 1 on the day, chasing his first hit here. He sends this one over, making the sliding attempt to stop that ball was Duke. The throw not in time, so Sperando successfully does get his first hit of the day and gets a 2-out rally going for the Cougars, and that's going to put Tyler Dorsch at the plate. Top of the lineup for CUC, Tyler Dorsch.
Fielder number 23, Tyler Dorsch.
Dorsch struggled in his last plate appearance. A 3-pitch strikeout. Looking to switch that up here. Sperando diving back to the bag safely. Tyler Dorsch, a top hitter for CUC this season. The top hitter for CUC this season, batting .323. He's got 40 hits on the year. And that's not an unsurprising stat, as Tyler Dorsch consistently the top hitter for CUC in his 4 years here with the Cougars. As I mentioned, Dorsch, a senior from Arizona, one of 10 seniors being recognized on Saturday for the Senior Day celebration before the doubleheader against Lakeland. Senior Day celebration will be available for live stream right here on the Cougar Sports Network. First pitch of that game on Saturday set for noon, but Senior Day celebration starts at 10:45. Not something that you're going to want to miss here on the Cougar Sports Network, but Dorsch connecting with this one sends it high and shallow into right center. Melendez coming up and under it for out number 3, and that's going to send things to the top of the 5th, forcing the Cougar defense to get back to work. Ranella coming back out, still dishing on the bump for CUC, but Cougars trailing 6-1 after 4 complete innings and looking to battle things back here, but don't go anywhere here on the Cougar Sports Network.
Concordia University Chicago is a Christ-centered Lutheran university where truth, freedom, and vocation form students for lives of influence and service for the common good. Our university offers a wide variety of undergraduate and graduate degree options that are available in person and online. That means we have a program designed for you. Whether you're a high school student, an adult returning to complete your degree, or someone looking to enhance your credentials and prepare for career growth. As a member of this university community, you'll also find support in your spiritual and personal life so you can grow in the faith and discover ways to serve others. To start your next journey with us, visit cuchicago.edu today.
Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, top of the 5, Bergstrom leading things off for the Regents. He's 2 for 2 at the plate today, as that first pitch misses for ball 1. Ranella, 66 pitches so far on the day as he enters his 5th inning. Bergstrom swinging through that one makes this a 1-1 count. This one connected on. Tried to make the grab, was Crater, but getting just past his glove. That's going to roll all the way to the left field corner, and that's going to be a stand-up double for Bergstrom. That's going to hand things over to Zach Fabus. No outs, runner now on second. A favorable spot for the Regents to be in. Fabus 2 for 2 at the plate today, batting .317 on the season, 15 RBIs, as that one catches foul for the 0-1 count. Talking about CUC's Senior Day this Saturday, but Regents also hosting Senior Day this Saturday for their doubleheader against Milwaukee School of Engineering. First pitch for that set to start at noon. So senior days for both of these squads upcoming. One and one count here. This one connected on with some aggression. That ball had a lot of heat and well out of the park. A massive swing from Zach Fabus. A big-time home run over the right field fence. Nothing that could be done. That ball had some power right off the bat. And that's going to put the Regents up 8-1 here. A big-time hit from Fabus. His first home run of the season, and that's going to force a pitching change here from the Cougars. And we're going to take a quick break as all of that gets resettled in. We'll have the final stat line for Ranella as well as the new arm coming in just a few moments on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, Burden at the plate for the Regents, but new arm on the mound for the Cougars in number 40, Bryce Jones. Jones, one of the seniors being recognized this weekend, but a reliable arm for the Cougars overall. He's got a 1.29 ERA on the season, 12 appearances, 14 total innings pitched, and a 271 batting average against him. So a reliable arm for the Cougars as Burden sits with the 2-0 count before Jones delivers his first strike of the day. Fresh arm on the mound coming after a big-time career first home run from Zach Fabus. And they're going to check and say that Burden did not swing, make that a 3-1 count. Final stat line for Ryan Ranella, 4 innings pitched, gave up 9 hits, 8 runs. 22 batters faced, 72 total pitches thrown as Jones walks his first batter.
Second baseman, number 7, Blaze Mace.
That's going to put Blaze Mace at the plate for the Regents. No outs on the board, runner on first. Regents already put up 2 runs in the inning after a monster 2-run home run. One 1-0 count here in favor of Mace. This one swung on. It's going to find space right through the 6 hole. That's going to be a base hit for Mace. That's going to move Burden to second. And the Regions 2 runners on and no outs. Melendez at the plate.
Right fielder number 9, Enrique Melendez.
Melendez 0 for 2 at the plate today. He shows bunt. Takes that 4-strike-1. Melendez really trying for that bunt. That one's going to lay down and roll, follow along the third base line. Make this an 0-2 count. Jones ahead in this count for the first time today, sitting with the 0-2 count for Melendez. He delivers this one, swing and a miss, strike 3. Melendez goes down swinging. Bryce Jones picks up out number 1 on the day, and that's going to be a big time out needed in this inning.
Number 32, Ryan Sterry.
Sterry now at the plate for the Regions, 1 away. Runners still on first and second. Sterry 0 for 2 today. He's batting .229 on the season with 11 RBIs, but lets that one go for strike number 1. Jones delivers this one. Misses low, makes this a 1-1 count. Swing and a miss from Sterry. That's going to make this a 1-2 count. Jones gets set here. He delivers this one. Misses that outside corner, levels the count at 2 apiece. Runners on first and second, 1 away. Jones delivers this one. This is going to be trouble. That's going to fall into the left field. Rounding third is Burden, Throw not going to come in time. Burden's going to score, but Buckley's going to get that ball thrown in time to hold Mace at second. But a RBI single for Sterry. And that's going to put Duke at the plate for the Regents, still operating with 1 out, runners on first and second. This one catches that corner for strike number 1. This one misses in the dirt. Owens losing it for a second, able to find it, keep it in front of him, hold runners where they're at. This one fouled off, makes this a 1-2 count. Wind starting to pick up here in River Forest. Jones delivers this one. Misses low, levels the count at 2 apiece. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Runners on first and second. This one is going to actually clip Duke. Mace took off for third, but it's going to be a hit pitch anyway, so that's going to load the bases up for the top of the order in Jake Bellata. A troublesome spot for the Cougars to be in. Bellata already 1 home run on the day, now sitting with bases loaded and only 1 out. Bellotta hitting .305 on the season. Exactly the guy that you want at the plate right now. As Jones misses low for ball 1. Michael Kasich coming over to have a quick grounding discussion with his pitcher, trying to settle Jones in a little bit. A one-on-one conversation with bases loaded here. Jones, a veteran on this Cougar squad, looking to lock in here. And resettle things. Bases loaded, 1 out. Jones delivers this one in there for strike 1. Words of encouragement from Michael Kasich, doing the job. Sitting with a 1-1 count, 1 out. Jones gets set here. He delivers this one. This is chopped, fouled by Bellotta, makes this a 1-2 count now. Jones delivers this one. Swung on and missed. Strike number 3. Bryce Jones getting another big strikeout here, holding the runners where they're at, putting 2 outs on the board. And that's going to bring Stigowski to the plate, looking to get a 2-out rally going for the Regents. Jones doing everything he can to shut this inning down. Stigowski 0 for 2 at the plate today. Fouls that one off, makes this 0-1 count. This one lifted, foul along the first base line. Had some heat to it. It's actually going to land on top of a CUC building. Goodbye game ball. As the 0-2 count now for Stigowski. Slow roller over to first. Kasich able to cleanly glove it, step on first himself, and get the Cougars out of the inning. So a much needed out of that jam. Bases loaded. Jones able to pick up some necessary strikeouts and get the Cougars out of the inning. But the Regents still finding success on their offensive end, putting up yet another 3-run inning. That's going to put Rockford ahead 9-1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Set up for the Cougars. Leading things off is going to be Michael Kasich, but we're going to take a quick break before then here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, bottom of the 5th, CUC trailing 9-1. Michael Kasich at the plate for the Cougars. He swings at the first pitch. He sees, fouls it off, makes this an 0-1 count. Zach Fabus still dishing for the Regents. Junior from Plainfield, Illinois, thrown 58 pitches so far on the day. As that one misses low and away, makes this a 1-1 count. Kasich looking to jumpstart things here for the Cougars, needing to find a bit of momentum as that one fouls off, makes this a 1-2 count. Kasich 1 for 1 at the plate today. Hit by a pitch and a double as that ball is going to miss outside, miss the glove of Sterry, but the 2-2 count here. This one well upstairs, fills the count, 3-2. Fabus, 2 strikeouts on the day, 2 walks as well. He delivers this one. This one swung on, sent foul from Kasich. Taking out a couple bushes in the process. This one misses upstairs, makes it a walk for Michael Kasich, and that's going to put Jake Mahler at the plate now. 3rd walk of the day for Fabus. Mahler 1 for 1 at the plate today. He's also seen a walk from Mabus. So a Cougar hitter that knows how to stay aggressive at the plate and wait for his pitch, as that one misses low for ball 1. Mahler sends this one foul, levels the count at 1 apiece. Fabus delivers this one, misses low for ball 2. Wind still blowing here in River Forest. Sun starting to disappear. That was a rocket off the bat. Looked like it might have tipped Fabus's glove and Mace's glove, making its way to the outfield. But either way, that's going to be a single for Mahler. That's going to move Kasich around and put Tyler Crater at the plate with no outs on the board.
Third baseman number 52, Tyler Crater.
Runners on first and second. Tyler Crater at the plate. That ball misses well away for ball 1. Crater 0 for 1 today, looking to get things rolling. This one in the dirt for ball 2. This one catches right down the middle for strike number 1, makes it a 2-1 count. Runners on first and second. Kasich making the dive back to the base. Fabus gets set here. He delivers. This one fouled along the first base line. Levels the count at 2 apiece. This one connected on, lifted into center field. That's going back. A little bit of trouble, but able to get up and underneath it is Stogowski. Kasich's going to tag up. Mahler's going to hold where he is. Ball had some kick to it, but not quite enough, and that's going to put 1 out on the board, and Dom Owens at the plate. Runners now on the corner bags.
Catcher number 14, Dom Owens.
Dom Owens looking to get things rolling here. Owens 0 for 2 at the plate today. He's hitting .429 on the season with 13 RBIs. as he lets that one go by for ball one. Owens connects with that one. Making the sliding grab was Mace. Can't get there in time. That throw's going to go well out of play. Mahler's going to hold where he is. But that's going to be a run scored for the Cougars. And that's going to put Yashawn Boswell now at the plate.
Second baseman, number 18, Yashawn Boswell.
Cougars put their second run on the board. Now trail 9-2 with one away. Runners on first and second as that first pitch misses outside for ball one. Fabus delivers this one. Sent in. A diving attempt from Mace. Almost got it, but that ball's going to make its way to the outfield. Mahler's going to round. He's coming home easily. Owens is over at third, and Boswell's going to hold at first. A big-time hit from Boswell is going to score another run for the Cougars, and that's going to put Cam Buckley now at the plate. CUC starting to make a comeback here. 9-3, Regents still on top, but Cougars operating with one out and a lot of momentum. Buckley swings through that one for strike number one. This one misses outside for ball one. One and one count, one out, runners on the corner bags. This one connected on, finds some space in right center. Owens is going to score with ease. Boswell rounding. Buckley's at second. Boswell's going to go. The throw, it's going to be close. Boswell's going to be in safely at home. A stand-up double for Cam Buckley, much needed. Gets things rolling for the Cougars. CUC closing this gap, and that's going to put Eli Hickman at the plate. 9-5, Regents still on top. Cougars only one out on the board.
Center fielder, number 19, Eli Hickman.
Cougars have just simply been missing a little bit of momentum, and once they got a taste of it, they are rolling with it. Runner now on second. One out on the board. Hickman takes strike number one. That ball in the dirt for ball one. One and one count here for Hickman. This one connected on set high into right field. Melendez having some trouble with it, but he's able to find it deep in right field. That's going to be an easy tag up for Buckley and put a pinch hitter now for the Cougars in number 72, Connor Jerkitis, hitting in place of Richie Sperando. Jerkitis, we've seen him make some appearances this season as a pinch hitter. As he gets set here, Jerkitis hitting .417 on the season. He's got 10 appearances this year and looking to get things rolling. He lets that first pitch go by for ball one. This one misses outside, makes it ball 2. This one misses upstairs, makes it a quick 3-0 count in favor of Jerkitis. Fabus settling in here. He delivers. Misses outside, makes a 4-ball walk for Jerkitis. Buckley still at third. We're going to see a pinch runner for Jerkitis. Coming in to run is number 16, Xavier Zagerman. And that's going to put Tyler Dorsch at the plate for the Cougars.
Number 16, Xavier Zagerman. The batter is the right fielder, number 23, Tyler Dorsch.
Back to the top of the order for the Cougars. Dorsch takes this first pitch low and away for ball 1. Dorsch sends this one a hard roller. That's going to bounce off of Bellata. That's going to be almost an extra base. Zagerman tripping up on the way and going to get tagged out at third. Looks like Zagerman just lost his balance as he was running and couldn't quite get there in time. But a hit for Dorsch, unfortunately going to end the inning on the base running situation. But CUC putting 5 runs up in the inning, and a big time deficit cut there is going to send things to the top of the 6th. Bryce Jones still dishing on the bump for the Cougars. We'll be right back on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, Bryce Jones still dishing for the Cougars. And a big time inning for CUC, bottom of the 5th, putting up 5 runs to slowly start to close this gap between the Regents and the Cougars. CUC now trails 9-6, but that's going to put Bergstrom at the plate. He's looking at a 2-0 count here. CUC been struggling to find a jolt of energy, did so in the bottom of the last inning and looking to continue that in the field. Now playing shortstop for the Cougars is Xavier Zagerman. Zagerman came in to pinch run for the pinch hitter, Connor Jerkitis, and now staying in the game over at short, but that's going to be a 4-ball walk for Bergstrom, and Coach Colin Connor coming out quickly to have a few words with Bryce Jones. Coach Connor quite literally running out there, 2 hands on Jones's shoulder, said something fairly quick and sprinting his way back off the field. So just some words of encouragement for the senior pitcher here. As Fabus now at the plate, he's coming off of his first career home run in his last at-bat. He takes strike number 1. 0-1 count here. Jones delivers this one in there for strike 2. Oh-2 count, no outs, runner on first. Bryce Jones, he sends this one in there for strike 3. Fire me up, Bryce Jones. Cougars put 1 out on the board. Burden now at the plate, runner on first. Whatever Coach Colin Connor said to Bryce Jones successfully did its job, as Jones now finding his groove here. He sends this first pitch in. It's fouled off by Burden. Jones delivers this one, misses just inside for ball 1. Burden 1 for 2 at the plate today. Jones checking on Bergstrom over at first. One and one count here. This one is going to stay fair. Kasich able to get the tag at first. Goes to make the throw at second. That ball's going to bounce in the dirt and give an extra base to Bergstrom. So, a unfortunate error there from Kasich. Just trying to successfully turn to Bergstrom. A little late jump on that. But it's going to give a free base and put a runner now at third with 2 outs on the board. That first pitch in there for strike number 1. Jones delivers this one just outside. Mace thought about swinging. He checked. Lets it go by for ball 1. One and one count, 2 outs. Jones delivers this one. This is fouled off by Mace, makes it a 1-2 count. One strike away here. Jones delivers this one. Swung on in the dirt. Owens loses it. The throw, not in time. Runner holding at third, so a fortunate situation there, but a safe at first after that drop third is going to put runners on the corner bags and bring new life to Melendez.
Right fielder number 9, Enrique Melendez.
Jones checking on Mace over at first. That first pitch in there for strike 1. Jones looking to get the pick off here. Trying to ensure that that run does not score. Instead, that's going to allow Mace to make his way to second. So Cougars had a couple opportunities there to get that out, but instead doing the smart thing and just holding that run. That one in there for strike 2. Jones, one strike away once again. He sends this one. It's going to be fouled up and out of play. Melendez keeping himself alive here. Oh, 0-2 count here. Jones. He gets set here. Delivers this one. Misses low for ball one. This one hit on, lifted into shallow left field. Buckley losing his balance, but able to get back in and get out of the inning. So CUC heading to their half of the inning, holding the Regents scoreless, still trailing 9-6. And Fabus still working on the mound for the Regents. We'll be right back on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, Michael Kasich leading things off. CUC trailing at 9-6. And looking to get things going. Bryce Jones working in the top half of the inning to get the Cougars out and hold the Regents scoreless once again. Kasich swinging at that one, fouling it off, making this a 1-1 count. Fabus 90 pitches on the day. One misses for ball two. 2-1 count here for Kasich. He swings on this one, sends a foul, levels the count at 2 apiece. Fabus sends this one. Swung on, that's going to find space in right center. A deep hit from Kasich. That's bouncing off the wall. Kasich's going to round first. He's heading to second. Nobody covering. A stand-up double for Michael Kasich to get things rolling in the bottom of the 6th. Michael Kasich, the guy that you want taking control here, and that's going to hand things over to Jake Mahler. No outs on the board. And we're going to see our first mound visit from the Regents. Fabus been the sole arm working for Rockford, but we are going to see a pitching change coming in. So we're going to take a short break while we get all of that situated. We'll have Fabus's final stat line and all the information you need on this new arm coming up in just a second on the Cougar Sports Network. here on the Cougar Sports Network. New arm on the bump for the Regents. Number 24, Aaron Amonte, senior out of Roscoe, Illinois. He delivers that first pitch in there for ball one. Monty, 9 appearances on the season. Mahler connects with that one, sends it into some space. Getting up and underneath it, though, is Burden for out number 1. That's going to hold CUC where he's at and put Tyler Crater now at the plate. Final stat line for Fabe is 5 innings pitched, 9 hits allowed, 5 runs, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, 29 batters faced, and 95 total pitches. As he hands things over with Rockford still on top of CUC, but Monty delivers that one low for ball 1. 1 out on the board, runner over on second. This one misses well outside for ball 2. Sterry doing a nice job of keeping that in front of him, holding CUC over at second. Concordia been trailing the entire game after the Regents put up 3 runs in the top of the first. So CUC just now starting to find some momentum to get back into it. 5 runs in the bottom of the 5th really jump-started some things and put a lot of things into motion with the Cougars now only trailing by 3. 3-0 count here. Monty delivers this one right down the barrel for strike 1. Three-one count here. Monty delivers this one. Misses low for ball 4. That's going to put runners on first and second for Dom Owens. Owens 0 for 3 at the plate today. Looking to get his first hit and jumpstart some things. 2 RBIs on the day, though, as that first pitch misses low, makes it a 1-0 count. Monty gets set here. He delivers this one low and away for ball number 2. Sun starting to make another appearance here in River Forest. As this one sent in there, fouled off the handle of Owens' bat, makes this a 2-1 count. Monty delivers this one inside. That's going to get past Sterry. That's going to give a free base to the Cougar runners. Makes this a 3-1 count. Three-one count here. Owens lets that one go by for strike 2. Owens keeping his at-bat alive. He fouls that one straight back. Keeps this at a 3-2 count, 1 out. Runners on second and third. And that's going to load the bases up for Yashawn Boswell. 1 out on the board. CUC in a good spot.
Second baseman number 18.
Cougars need 3 runs to tie the game, 4 to go ahead. Boswell operating with only 1 out on the board, so a little bit of wiggle room here. As that misses low for ball 1. One 0 count here. Monty sends this one. Catches that outside corner for strike number 1. One's across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Monty delivers this one in the dirt. Sterry doing a nice job keeping that one in front of him to hold Kasich at third. Two 1 count now. This one misses low, makes it 3-1. Three-one count here for Boswell. A walk will score a run. Monty trying to avoid that. He gets set here. He delivers. This one fouled off by Boswell, keeping his at-bat alive. Three-two count, 1 out. Runners on all bases. Monty gets set here. He delivers this one. Fouled off by Boswell, keeping his at-bat alive. CUC needing to tack on a couple runs here, capitalizing on the runners on base. Monty sends this one outside, ball 4. That's going to score a run for the Cougars and put Cam Buckley at the plate. And a pinch runner for the Cougars coming in. Looks like we're going to see a pitch mound visit as well, as Josiah King is going to make his way to second to pinch run for Dom Owens. And the Regents are going to take a quick infield visit. Doesn't seem like a pitching change, as there's not much movement in the Regent bullpen, just seeing some pitchers getting things started, so just a little reassurance here from the Regents, trying to settle things back in as the Cougars now trail 9-7. And that's going to put Cam Buckley at the plate. Bases still loaded.
The batter is the left fielder, number 15, Cam Buckley.
1 out on the board. Cam Buckley with the time to shine here. He swings through the first pitch. He sees 4, strike 1. This one misses outside, makes it 1-1. Wind picking up here in River Forest. Monty gets set here. He delivers. This one sent right back. That's going to bounce off of Monty. He's able to still get over and get the out, but that's going to score 1 run for the Cougars, and a hard hit ball. Looks like it hit Monty right on his pitching hand. Monty getting up and moving around. Slowly starting to move around a little bit. Cougars now sitting with 2 outs. Runners on second and third. But now only trailing by 1 run. A favorable spot for the Cougars to be in. Cougars athletic trainer Jenny Ortiz coming out to check on Monty. He seems to be moving all right, making his way back to the mound. And Monty gonna take a couple pitches here, checking things out. And looking to pick things back up as Eli Hickman is going to be at the plate for CUC. Operating with 2 outs, Hickman saw his first hit of the day coming with 2 outs. So not an unfamiliar spot for the Cougars or Hickman specifically to be in. As it does appear as though Monty will remain in the game and doing all right. So always a good thing to see after a hard hit ball such as that one. And Hickman now at the plate looking to get things rolling. Cougars on the day, 3 for 7 at the plate with 2 outs, 3 for 12 with runners in scoring position, and 5 for 16 with runners on. As Monty's first pitch misses outside for ball 1. One 0 count here for Hickman. Monty sends this one. That's going to catch that outside corner for strike number 1. One and 1 count. This one misses up for ball 2. Monty gets set here. Pitch clock winding down. He sends this one in. Connected on by Hickman. That's got some height to it, but coming in and tracking underneath it is Melendez for out number 3. But CUC is going to put 2 runs up in the inning, and that's going to make this a 1-run ball game. And we are going to see a new arm on the mound for CUC. So we're going to take a quick break as we get all of that situated, but we'll be right back here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, a couple of changes for CUC. Now behind the plate, number 9, Brandon Mahler. And on the bump for the Cougars, number 27, Caden Bork. Looking at the final stat line for Jones. In his 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 46 total pitches thrown. Bork now sits with the 2-0 count in favor of Sterry at the plate for the Regents. As this one misses upstairs, makes it 3-0. Bork making his 11th appearance on the season. He's got a 2.84 ERA, 12.2 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, 4 walks on the season, as that one catches in there for strike number 1. This one catches that inside corner for strike number 2. Sterry thought that was ball 4. Instead, now forced to stay in this at-bat. Bork working his way back in. The 3-2 pitch. This one connected on. That's going to be sent up the middle for a base hit from Sterry. Making its way out to center field. Hickman able to rope it in, but one runner on with no outs here, and that's going to put Duke at the plate now.
Shortstop number 2, Zach Duke.
Duke 1 for 1 at the plate today with 1 walk and 1 hit by pitch. Operating with no outs, runner on first. As that first pitch is in there for strike 1 from Bork. CUC closing this gap. Rockford been in control the entirety of this game, putting up 3 runs in the top of the first, 3 runs in the top of the second, and 3 more in the top of the 5th. But CUC starting to work their way back into it now, has made this a 1-run game after the Cougars put up 5 runs in the bottom of the 5th, 2 in the bottom of the 6th, and slowly starting to kind of make their way back into it. Seen some help on the mound after Bryce Jones pitched 2 elite innings for the Cougars, and now Caden Bork doing his thing, sitting with the 1-2 count here against Duke. Bork checking over at first, trying to catch Sterry a little bit too far off the base. Still the 1-2 count for Duke. As this ball is connected on, that's a troublesome spot. That ball is going back. That's going to bounce off the fence in right field. And actually, I believe, bounced off of the foul pole, so it took a complete opposite direction from where Dorsch was heading. And that's going to put runners in scoring position for the Regents. I believe Dorsch trying to argue that ball bounced foul in the outfield. Coach Colin Connor coming out and having a discussion with the umpires. Home plate umpire today, Patrick Weber, now going out to have a quick discussion with the first base umpire, Ben Gray. As, again, I think Dorsch was trying to say that was a foul ball. And still discussing, just trying to come up with the correct answer here. As once again, head coach Colin Connor coming out to have a quick discussion with his infield. Little bit of confusion on what was going on, but either way, Duke remains at second, Sterry remains at third. And that's going to bring the top of the order for the Regents. Jake Bellotta now at the plate, operating with no outs.
Third baseman number 6, Jake Bellotta.
So Bellotta in a favorable spot if you're the Regents. No outs, runners on second and third after the Cougars have made this a one-run game. Now trying to steal momentum back as that first pitch from Bork misses low and away for ball 1. Bork gets set here. He delivers this one. This is swung on. That's deep. Buckley backtracking, has to get all the way back to the fence. It's going to take a bounce off. One run's going to score. Rounding is Duke. He's going to safely be in at home, and that's a stand-up double for Jake Bellotta. And head coach Colin Connor's going to motion to the bullpen, and we're going to see a pitching change here as the Regents go up by 3 after a big-time hit from Bellotta. It's exactly what you were hoping to avoid, but that's going to bring new arm in number 30, Jack Linko. So we're going to have final stat line for Bork and some info on Linko when we come back here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, new arm on the mound for CUC in Jack Linko. Linko, a freshman out of New Lenox, Illinois. He delivers his first pitch in there for strike number 1. Linko, 1.65 ERA on the season. He's made 8 appearances so far. This makes number 9, 16.1 total innings pitched, 15 strikeouts on the year as that ball misses for ball 1. It looks like Stigowski was assuming that ball hit him, and now the umpires are once again going to confer together. Stigowski taken off of his elbow shield, ready to make the way to first, but home plate umpire did not believe that that hit him. Now, again, taking the opportunity to discuss, Patrick Weber, home plate umpire Ben Gray in the field, and after conferring, agree that ball did not hit Stigowski. So the 1-1 count here. Linko trying to get things rolling. No outs in the inning. Regents put up 2 runs already as this one swung on. That's lifted into right field. A little bit of trouble. Dorsch able to glove it, get the throw. That's going to for sure move Bellotta to third, but it's going to hold him there. So 1 out on the board, but a runner 90 feet from the plate. And Bergstrom now at the plate for Rockford.
First baseman number 33, Caden Bergstrom.
Linko delivers this one. That's going to be a slow roller over. Crater's going to be able to get the throw. Cassick's trying to go home with it. They're going to get that throw. They're going to say it's not in time. They are going to say that the run scores. A big-time run for Bellata. Cassick so close to being able to get that throw over in time. Crater making the play at first for the force out. And a really close play, but Bellata just squeezing his way in. Made the jump in a perfect amount of time to get that advantage. Cassick's throw was right on the money, but Bellata making a fantastic play at the plate to score and put the Regents up 12-8. Two outs now on the board. Fabus at the plate. He takes strike one. They're going to check and see if he swung. They're going to say no. Fabus now with the 1-1 count. Two outs. He's going to connect on that one, send it over to Boswell. Boswell's able to glove it, get the throw in time. But the Regents doing some damage, putting up 3 more runs in the inning, going back ahead 12-8 after some fantastic hits from the Regents. And that's going to send things to the bottom of the 7th. CUC needing to hold on to that momentum they've had in the previous innings and look to get things rolling. Monty still dishing on the bump for the Regents. We'll be right back on the Cougar Sports Network.
Fans, I'm Connor Manis.
And I'm Connor Drakatis.
Interested in learning more about our beautiful university?
Head over to cuchicago.edu for all the information you need about this lovely school.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's game.
And as always,
Roll
Cougs!
Hi,
Love you,
Mom.
Mom!
Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, Xavier Zagerman making his first at-bat of the day. He swings the first pitch he sees. That's going to find a trouble zone in the outfield, and that's going to drop in shallow right center. So a lead-off single for Zagerman to get the Cougars going. And that's going to hand things over to the top of the order for the Cougars. Tyler Dorsch now at the plate looking to jumpstart things. Cougars trailing by 4 once again. After 3 runs in the top half of the inning from the Regents, CUC had this within a 1-run game, and the Regents were just able to capitalize and find some momentum, some big-time hits, a great base running play to score 1 more run as the inning was getting ready to round out, and now CUC trails by 4 as Dorsch takes a look at strike number 1. Monty gets set here. He delivers this one upstairs, ball 2. As a loose ball gets all the way down from the bullpen. Bellotta showing off a little bit of soccer skills there, kicking that ball up to send it back down to the Regent bullpen. Talented third baseman for the Regents. As this ball is hit up the middle, a slow roller. Duke able to flip it over. Can they turn two? They do. And that's going to put 2 outs on the board. And Michael Kasich now at the plate trying to get a 2-out rally rolling.
First baseman number 10, Michael Kasich.
Two outs, nobody on base. Michael Kasich looking to jumpstart things. Monty sends this one in. That's fouled off by Kasich. Monty, 33 pitches so far on the day. This one in the dirt for ball 1. This pitch delivered in there. That's going to take a unfortunate bounce. I believe it hit the home plate umpire on the way, but makes it a 2-1 count here. Monty sends this one in. Swung on and missed by Kasich. Levels the count at 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. CUC has not had a scoreless inning since the bottom of the 4th. As Kasich sends a slow roller foul along the first base line, right along the Cougar dugout. Keeping the count at 2 apiece. Clouds starting to roll in, wind picking up once again. This one hit up the middle, making the diving grab was Duke. The throw in time. A great play from the Regent shortstop to get the 3rd out and send things back to the Cougar defense. CUC heading to the top of the 8th, still trailing by 4. Linko still dishing on the bump. We'll be right back on the Cougar Sports Network.
Cougar fans, I'm Jeff.
I'm Ben.
We hope you're enjoying today's CUC baseball broadcast.
If you're interested in donating to our athletic communications department to help improve this live stream, click the thank button below.
We appreciate your support and hope to see you at the field soon.
Hi, Dorsh's mom.
Back here on the Cougar Sports Network. Nate Burden leading things off for the Regents. Rockford on top 12-8. Jack Linko delivers strike number 1 though. CUC getting this game within 1 run at one point, but the Regents still finding success from their bats as Burden takes a swing through that one, makes this an 0-2 count. This one, a chopper over. Kasic's able to glove it. The flip over to Linko in time. A close call, but Jack Linko getting to the bag in time. That's going to put 1 out up on the board and hand things over to Blaze Mace to try to get things rolling for the Regents.
Second baseman number 7, Blaze Mace.
Mace 1 for 3 at the plate today as he connects with that one, sends it into the outfield for a base hit. Hands things over to Enrique Melendez. 1 out on the board, runner now on first. Linko, 9 pitches thrown so far on the day. Linko delivers this one, connected on set high and into the outfield. Hickman coming in and under it for out number 2. And that's going to hold Mace at first and put Sterry now at the plate, trying to get a 2-out rally going for the Regents.
The catcher number 32, Ryan Sterry.
Linko gets set here. He delivers. Catches that inside corner for strike number 1. Oh, 1 count here. Linko checks on Mace at first, safely making that dive back. 0-1 count, 2 outs, runner on first. Linko once again checking on Mace at first. Oh, 1 count delivered. In there for strike number 2. 0-2 count here in favor of Linko. 2 outs on the board. Linko needs 1 more strike to get the Cougars out of the inning. This one, a slow roller over. Kasic able to glove it and get the out. Jack Linko doing what he does on the mound and getting CUC out of the inning quickly, putting a big 0 up in the inning for the Regents. CUC still trails by 4 as we head to the bottom of the 8th here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, bottom of the 8th, CUC trails by 4. Jake Mahler at the plate trying to get things rolling here as Monty dishes that one into the dirt for ball 1. Still pitching for the Regents, Aaron Monty, as the Regents hold on to this lead they've had the entire game. Rockford putting up 3 innings in the top of the first and never relinquishing that lead, getting up by as much as 6 as 3 consecutive pitches go outside the zone, makes this a 3-0 count for Mahler. Monty, 2 innings pitched so far, 39 total pitches thrown, as he sends this one inside, makes this a 4-ball walk for Mahler. And that's going to put Tyler Crater now at the plate for CUC. Crater 0 for 2 at the plate today. He's got 2 walks on the day, looking to keep things rolling. As a pinch runner now at first for the Cougars in a number 50, Brendan Holloway. Crater connects with the first pitch. He sends that up. And getting up and underneath it is Melendez for out number 1. And that's going to bring Brandon Mahler to the plate for the first time today.
Running at first base for Jake Mahler is number 50, Brendan Holloway. Now batting.
Mahler hitting .284 on the season. He's got 21 hits, 13 RBIs, and 1 home run on the year. As he swings through the first pitch, he sees makes this an 0-1 count. As that ball in the dirt, kept in front by Sterry. That's going to hold Holloway at first, but level the count at 1 apiece. One and one count, 1 out. Mahler sends this one high and into the outfield. Coming up and underneath it for out number 2 is Melendez. That's going to hold Holloway at first and hand things over to Yashawn Boswell.
The second baseman, number 18, Yashawn Boswell.
Boswell 1 for 3 at the plate today. Coming in clutch at key moments, but needing to get things rolling here. He's hitting .316 on the season. As he connects with this one, sends it high. Coming in to track it, making the catch is Mace for out number 3. A quick inning for the Cougars, and that's going to put crunch time in the 9th. So we're going to head to a quick break. Looks like we're going to see a pitching change as well coming into the top of the 9th. So we'll be right back on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, new arm on the mound for CUC is number 51, Kyle Connolly. Connolly, a freshman on this CUC squad, making his 11th appearance of the season. He's got 11 innings pitched, 16 strikeouts on the year, as he delivers that one in there for ball number 1. Looking at the final stat line for Jack Linko, 2 innings pitched, only 1 hit, 7 batters faced, and 13 total pitches thrown. So very effective relief pitcher for CUC. Did his job, held off the Regents. And Connolly now looking to do the same here, as he delivers that one in there for strike 1, makes this a 2-1 count. This one misses for ball 3. Pitch looks fantastic from our angle, but home plate umpire says otherwise. Makes this a 3-1 count. This one fouled off along the third base line, levels the count. Makes this a full count, excuse me. Three-two count, no outs. Kyle Connolly getting set here. He delivers. This one hit deep into right field. That's going to drop by Dorsch, making that a base hit for Duke. And that's going to put the top of the order up for the Regents. Jake Bellata now at the plate. He's 2 for 5 so far today. Led the game off with a solo home run and has not showed any signs of slowing down since then. Connolly dishes that one outside, but Mahler able to keep it in front of him. Looked like Duke trying to get a jump, and Mahler keeping that ball in front of him, holding that runner at first. This one misses inside, makes it 2-0 count. Connolly delivers this one, swung on. That's going to go foul, but in favor of the Cougars because that ball had some heat to it. But a 2-1 count now, no outs, runner on first. Sun once again disappearing from River Forest. As this ball popped up, a little bit of danger zone, tracking in and making the diving attempt is Dorsch, and he's successfully able to grab that. A big-time catch from a big-time player, Tyler Dorsch, getting the out, holding the runner at first, and handing things over to the next hitter for the Regents. Cougars needing to minimize the damage, and that's going to be a key way to do it. As I mentioned, Bellata been a force to be reckoned with at the plate and on the bases today, so a big-time out from Dorsch, but that's going to bring Joseph Stigowski up, who's going to foul that first pitch off. Oh, 1 count, 1 out. Runner's going to jump. The slow roller over. Crater's able to glove it. The throw in the dirt, but going to be scooped up by Kasich. Throw wasn't going to be there in time anyway. A unfortunate bounce that hit took, but that's going to put 2 runners on now. Runners on first and second.
First baseman, number 33, Caden Bergstrom.
Bergstrom now at the plate, operating with 1 out, runners on first and second. Connolly dishes this one in there for strike number 1. Oh, 1 pitch here in the dirt makes it 1-1. Connolly delivers this one. This is connected on. That's got some pop. Coming in on it is Buckley. It's going to drop in front of Buckley in left field. Runners held to see what was going to happen, but everybody safely advancing off of it. So that's going to load the bases up for Fabus. Still 1 out. Cougar outfielders having a tough time with the way the wind is picking up and dying back down, because playing too deep results in those balls coming in the shallow outfield, and being unable to get there in time. But we've seen so many balls carry and be bounced off of the fence, especially when that wind picks up. So there's no real good answer for the Cougar outfielders on where they should be positioning themselves, because it's changing in a matter of minutes depending on that wind and overall just the heat that's coming off of the bats of the region. So unfortunate situations for those outfielders, but keeping that ball in front of them is key, and that's going to load the bases up. 1 out. Connolly delivers that one outside for ball 1. This one in there for strike 1. Fabus thought about swinging, didn't, and took the strike anyway. Makes this 1s across the board, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. This one connected on. That's going to drop in front of Hickman in center field. 1's going to score. Stigowski's going to hold at third. And an RBI single from Fabus is going to put the Regents up by 5. Head coach of the Cougars, Colin Connor, coming out to have a discussion and see what we can do here, as it does appear as though Connolly will be exiting the game. We're going to see a new arm coming in for the Cougars. So we're going to take a quick break while we get Connolly's final stat line and all the info you need on this new pitcher coming up on the Cougar Sports Network. I think it's... Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, New arm on the mound for CUC is number 26, Benjamin Teachin. As Burden at the plate for the Regents. Takes ball 1. Connolly closing out his time here in the top of the 9th. 4 hits, 5 batters faced, and 17 total pitches thrown as Teachin looks to pick things up here for CUC. A quick 3-0 count in favor of Burden. Teachin making his 11th appearance of the season for the Cougars. 13.2 innings pitched as that one catches for strike number 1. 12 strikeouts on the season. Needing to find some gas here in the tank as this one is connected on lifted. That's got some power to it. It's back. It's at the fence. And it's a massive grand slam for the Regents. Dorsch making the jumping attempt over right field. No good. A big-time hit from Nate Burden. Oh, my goodness, did that ball have some power to it. Regents are fired up. They go ahead 17-8 here in the top of the 9th. Their highest scoring inning yet. And still only 1 out on the board.
Baseman number 7, Blaze Mace.
Teachin trying to work through this jam. Blaze Mace now at the plate for the Regents. As he connects and sends that one deep with power. Back at the wall. Dorsch tracking it. It's going to drop at the wall. Mace taking 2. He's going to slide it in safely. A sliding double for Blaze Mace. The wind picking up a little bit. Could have carried that one out as well. A dangerous, dangerous spot. That right side of the field is exactly where the Regents want to be putting that. Tyler Dorsch being put to work back there. But that's going to put a runner on second with only 1 out and Melendez at the plate. CUC needing to get out of this inning. Melendez connects with this one, sends it deep. It's back. Dorsch getting up and underneath it at the fence. Mace is going to tag. He's safely going to make his way to third. That ball is rolled all the way to third base, but 2 outs on the board. Mace at third, and that's going to bring Sterry up to the plate.
Catcher number 32, Ryan Sterry.
That pitch in there for strike 1 from Teachin. This Regent squad putting up 17 runs so far on the day. A high-scoring game here at the Thunderdome, but not the highest of the season for the Regents. They took a 20-16 victory over Beloit College back on March 25th. So we've seen this squad hit the ball well so far this season, and they're proving it once again here in River Forest. Teachin sitting with the 2-1 count, trying to get out of this inning. That ball misses outside, makes it 3-1. 2 outs on the board. Teachin gets set here. Pitch clock winding down. He sends this one. Misses inside. Ball 4. That's going to put runners on the corner bags as Mace holds at third base. And that's going to put Duke at the plate for the Regents, having to go over and collect his batting gloves and elbow guard from the first base coach. Regents making their way through the lineup here in the top of the 9th.
Shortstop number 2, Zach Duke.
Duke 3 for 3 at the plate today. If you're the Cougars, this is not the guy you want up right now. But Teachin does not care. He delivers that one in there for strike number 1. Oh, 1 count here. Teachin gets set. He delivers this one. Misses that outside corner, makes this a 1-1 count. Teachin once again sends this one in. Duke reaching for it. It's going foul. Kasich tracking it and appears to drop it just along the fence line out of the sight of our press box, so can't quite see what happened, but based on reactions, does not appear as though Kasich got there in time for the catch. So that's going to make this a 1-2 count. This ball misses in the dirt. Mahler keeping it in front of him, holding runners where they're at. Levels the count at 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Number 2 at the plate in Zach Duke. Teachin delivers this one. That's chopped foul towards the Regent dugout. And one of the members of the Rockford squad trying to barehand that bouncer, dropping it, getting some boos from his own teammates, but nonetheless, still sitting with the 2-2 count here. Teachin sends this one. That's going to be connected on. That's going deep, coming in. Buckley making the sliding grab to secure the out. A great sliding grab there from Cam Buckley to get the Cougars out of the inning. But the Regents do some damage and put 5 runs up in the top half of the inning. Go ahead 17-8 as we head to the bottom of the 9th. Cougars have some work to do to stay alive. Don't go anywhere here on the Cougar Sports Network.
Cougar Nation, I'm Brandon.
And I'm Jake. Thank you so much for tuning into today's broadcast. If you want to learn more about CUC baseball, head to CUCougars.com.
We hope to see you at our next game.
Go Cougars.
Go.
Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, Cam Buckley leading things off in the bottom of the 9th. CUC has some work to do, trailing 17-8 here. Got to stay alive as Monty still dishing on the mound for the Regents. Buckley shows bunt, fouls it off. Cougars need 9 runs in the inning just to stay alive and force a 10th inning. Regents held on to their lead all day today. Cougars brought the game within 1 run, but ultimately it was all Rockford up until this point. Cam Buckley now looking to shift that momentum here. He's 1 for 4 at the plate today. He swings the first pitch. He sees that ball dropping low, but getting up and underneath it was Duke for out number 1. And that's going to put Eli Hickman at the plate with 1 away.
Center fielder number 19, Eli Hickman.
Hickman 1 for 4 at the plate today. He swings at the first pitch. He sees that's up and high into the infield. Coming up and underneath it is Duke once again, putting 2 outs on the board, and Xavier Zagerman at the plate. 1 out to operate with. Cougars looking to see things rolling with 2 outs. Again, not an unfamiliar spot for CUC to be in, operating with 2 outs, as we've seen them do it many times this season and many times today, as Zagerman fouls that first pitch off, makes this an 0-1 count. Monty 2 strikes away from closing this game with a victory for the Regents. Zagerman trying to stay aggressive at the plate here. He lets that one go by for strike number 2. Today, Cougars 3 for 10 at the plate with 2 outs. Really needing to see some of that increase here to stay alive, as the 0-2 pitch delivered upstairs makes it 1-2. Two outs in this inning collected by Duke over at short. Monty pitches this one in the dirt, makes this a 2-2 count, levels the count across the board. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. CUC needing 9 runs to stay alive here. Monty delivers this one. That's connected on by Zagerman, coming in and underneath it for out number 3 is Stigowski. And that's going to do it for game number 1. A big-time win for the Regents, 17-8. CUC getting close within this game, making it a 1-run game, but unfortunately just could not find the momentum needed to keep it rolling. And the Regents are going to down the Cougars here in game number 1. But CUC has a chance to battle back, as game 2 will be coming up shortly here on the Cougar Sports Network. Rounding out some final things here for the day before we close everything off, looking at the final numbers. Fabus picking up his 4th win of the season. Meanwhile, Ryan Ranella picking up his 2nd loss on the mound for CUC. And just looking at the overall stats here today, CUC going through 6 pitchers on the mound. Meanwhile, the Regents only using 2 arms. So game 2 going to be a stretch here for the starters for CUC, as a lot of the Cougar bullpen has been used, and the Regents looking to keep that momentum here from game 1 going. Their bats are hot, but we're going to have about a 30-minute break between games 1 and 2 right here on the Cougar Sports Network. But before we sign off, wanting to give a huge shout out to everybody that made today's production possible. Doing in-stadium PA for us is the CUC Hall of Famer Jim Egan. Operating the scoreboard and pitch clock for us is Eric Perry. Running our production, making it look as fabulous as it did today, was the graduate assistant for athletic communications, Sydney Lloyd, and the assistant director of athletic communications, Corey Welch. Operating our camera for us today was Samantha Ferdinand, and I'm Kayla McLeod. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Cougar Sports Network. Stick around for game 2 coming up in just about 30 minutes. Not going to want to miss this, as CUC looking to come back and try to split the day. We'll see you then here on the Cougar Sports Network.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's Concordia University Chicago Cougars Athletics broadcast. We hope to see you on campus very soon. If you would like to learn more about what Concordia Chicago has to offer, go to cuchicago.edu.